is so much Sonic game out there. Maybe 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I don't know! But only one game shine bright like a diamond in video game history. I think you can guess it easily. Oh, I love that ride! Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis is one of the most well-known video games ever made. Released on June 23, 1991, it was a big hit for Sega and made the Blue Hedgehog a star in the gaming world. Some people think the game hasn't aged well, but I still love it because I played it a lot as a kid. Sega created Sonic to compete with Nintendo's Mario. Their earlier system, the Master System, and their mascot Alex Kidd weren't very popular. Sega needed a new and exciting character to attract gamers. They held a contest, and Naoto Oshima's Hedgehog design won. Sonic could draw into a ball to go faster, a gameplay idea from Yuji Naka. Sonic's shoes were inspired by Michael Jackson and Santa Claus, his attitude by Bill Clinton, and his color by the Sega logo. At first, Sonic was called Mr. Needlemouse. Sega changed the name to Sonic to appeal to more people. They dropped early ideas like giving Sonic a human GF or making him part of the rock band. When Sonic the Hedgehog came out, Sega used a strong marketing plan. They lowered the price of the Genesis and including Sonic with the console. Sonic's speed and attitude matched the vibe back then, and making him and the game very popular. Sonic the Hedgehog was the first game I owned, a gift from my classmate. My cousin gave me his old Sega Genesis and time freezing for me when I played Sonic for the first time. I loved Sonic 1. But never finished the game when I was a kid. I also had Shinobi 3 and Comic Zone, but playing Sonic always felt different for me. During the 3D era, I missed some Sonic games like Adventures and Heroes, but recently I played Sonic Unleashed. It's okay, not masterpiece, but you can enjoy it if you lower your expectations. Sonic Colors was fine too, but I like Classic Trilogy more than any other Sonic game. There is other Sonic games out there, like Sonic Mania or Sonic CD, and if you wanna going deep in Sonic world, I recommended you all of these games. Now, let's look at the original Sonic the Hedgehog on the Genesis. This version is divided into 6 zones, with 3 levels each, plus a final zone with a boss fight. The third level of each zone has a boss fight with Dr. Eggman. Sonic controls well and fast, which is the big part of the game. Springs and loops help you go faster. Power-ups include shields and invincibility, and rings are your health. When hit, you lose all your rings, and you must collect them again to stay alive. The game design is solid, but feels basic compared to later Sonic games. Green Hill Zone is colorful with great music and is the most fun level. Other zones are hit or miss. Marble Zone is slow and boring. Spring Yard is okay. Labyrinth Zone is frustrating because it's underwater. Starlight Zone is relaxing but simple. And Scrap Brain Zone is tough final zone. Boss fights are usually easy, except for clever Starlight Zone boss. Collecting 50 rings let you enter a special stage for the Chaos Emeralds, but the reward isn't great compared to later games. The special stages are tricky and can be frustrating. Later zones in Sonic 1 aren't as colorful or detailed as Green Hill Zone. Despite this, the soundtrack is highlight and defines the 16-bit era. Sonic's gameplay in the original game mixes fast actions and careful jumping. Levels encourage you to go fast, but often slow you down with obstacles. This mix was new at the time, but can feel rough compared to later games. Green Hill Zone show this balance well, with chances to go fast and tricky jumps. Its bright colors, catchy music, and different paths make it memorable level, and other zones don't match this balance. Marble Zone is slow and has a lot of waiting for platforms and avoiding lava. This change in pace can be frustrating for players expecting more fast action. The underwater parts of Labyrinth Zone make the game slower and more stressful because you have to watch your air supply. A Sprinkyard Zone and a Starlight Zone do a better job of keeping speed with slopes, springs, and loops to keep Sonic moving. But they don't match Green Hill Zone. A Scrap Brain Zone, the last full zone, is dull but has some annoying parts, especially in Act 3rd, which is similar to worse parts of Labyrinth Zone. Boss fights are simple, needing basic patterns to beat Dr. Eggman. The Starlight Zone boss uses seesaws in clever way, and that adds some strategy to the game. One of the most frustrating part of Sonic 1 is difficulty. The game has no save feature, so you have to finish it on one setting. This is hard because the game uses trial and error. Some obstacles and enemies are hard to spot and lead you to unfair death. Despite these flaws, Sonic the Hedgehog has a charm that keeps players coming back. The music is iconic, with each zone having memorable tunes. The graphic, while less detailed than later games, are colorful and full of character. Sonic legacy is clear in the many sequels and spin-offs that's followed. Sonic 2 improved almost everything from the original, adding the spin dash, better level design, and a save feature in later versions. Sonic 3 and Knuckles made the game even bigger with larger levels, more character, and a deeper story. For many fans, Sonic the Hedgehog represents a simpler time in gaming. Its impact on platform games is clear, and its character design is iconic. This game may not be the best game in the series, but it set the stage for a long-lasting franchise. In conclusion, Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Genesis deserves credit for its role in gaming history and its influence on platform games. Even though it has flaws and hasn't aged as well as some other classics, but it remains a beloved game for many players. Its mix of speed and platforming, and its memorable music and colorful graphics make it a game worth revisiting to see how far the series has come. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe my channel, please!